What if your story could make a reader's heart race like they are defusing a bomb? That's the power of a great thriller, and today I'll show you how to create one. Hi, I'm Andrea from Bibisco, the novel writing software downloaded by over 200,000 writers worldwide. If you ever wanted to write a story so gripping that your readers even forget to check their phones, you are in the right place. In thrillers, every choice matters. When the hero fails, the consequences are not just inconvenient, they can be catastrophic. A single mistake might cost someone's life, lead to the destruction of a city, or reveal a devastating secret. This constant sense of danger is what keeps readers hooked and turning the pages. Actually, many writers confuse thrillers with mysteries, but the two are quite different. In a mystery, the central question is who did it. The suspense comes from solving a puzzle, uncovering the truth step by step. Think Agatha Christie. Suspense fiction, on the other hand, reveals the truth to the reader before the characters realize it. It's like shooting at the screen during a horror movie. Don't open that door! A thriller combines the best of both worlds, but with higher stakes and direct confrontation. The villain isn't hiding quietly in the shadows. The protagonist often knows who they are, and the conflict becomes personal, intense, and often a matter of life or death. Your thriller lives or dies by its plot, and it all begins with a powerful what if. What if a journalist uncovers a government conspiracy only to find her home family is involved? What if an ordinary man is suddenly hunted by people he's never met for reasons he can't understand? A strong what if premise acts like a magnet, pulling readers in and making them desperate to know how the story unfolds. It should be sharp, unique, and hint at the extraordinary stakes ahead. Once you have that premise, your job is to escalate tension, scene by scene. Every chapter should push the protagonist closer to the danger, tightening the screws with each step. Even the quieter moments must feel like a calm before a storm readers know is coming but can't quite predict. To keep readers hooked, plot twists are essential, but the twist can be random. The best ones shock the reader while feeling inevitable in hindsight. You want them to say, "Of course, the signs were there all along." Maybe a trusted ally is revealed as the antagonist, or a small clue from early in the story flips everything upside down. All this careful build-up must lead to a climax that hits like an explosion, the final shutdown, the ticking bomb, the moment when a hero must face their deepest fear or lose everything. A great climax doesn't just resolve the plot, it delivers an emotional payoff that leaves readers breathless. Finally, the resolution ties it all together. Think of it like completing a puzzle. Every piece clicks into place, and every lingering question finds an answer. The ending doesn't need to be happy, but it must feel earned. Readers should close the book with a sense of satisfaction, knowing the journey was worth every page. And speaking of satisfaction, if you are enjoying this video, why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel? It's a small gesture, it costs nothing, but it helps me see that I'm creating something valuable for you. Readers might come for the plot, but stay for the characters. Your protagonist should feel real, not perfect. Take Lisbeth Salander from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She's brilliant but damaged, strong yet vulnerable. That complexity keeps readers invested. For your antagonist, forget the cliché of evil just because villain. The most memorable villains have reasons that in their minds make sense. Think of Hannibal Lecter. He's terrifying, but he is also fascinating because we understand his logic, twisted as it may be. In a thriller, the setting is like another character in the story. The places where your scenes unfold should work for amplified tension and shape the mood of each moment. Think about it. A chase through a crowded airport creates a very different kind of fear compared to a chase through an abandoned hospital at night. The first feels chaotic and urgent, the second claustrophobic and eerie. To make your setting truly come alive, use sensory detail. The air smelled of rust and blood. Every creak of the floorboards sounded like a gunshot. These vivid details make the reader feel as if they are standing right there in the middle of the action. You can also let the environment act as a metaphor for the story's tension. A single flickering light in a basement might symbolize the protagonist's fragile hope, ready to die out at any moment. When your setting reflects the emotional weight of the scene, it transforms from mere scenery into a powerful narrative tool. When it comes to thrillers, pacing is your secret weapon. One effective way to achieve this is by keeping chapters short and ending them with mini cliffhangers. These small moments of tension, like an unanswered question, a sudden revelation, or a hint of danger, are like irresistible hooks for pulling the reader forward. But great pacing isn't just about speed, it's about contrast. Alternate between fast action-packed scenes and slower, quieter moments where tension quietly simmers. Those slower scenes give readers a chance to catch their breath, while also making the high-intensity moments feel even more powerful when they arrive. Then there are your narrative tools, foreshadowing and red herrings. Foreshadowing is all about planting subtle details early on that will pay off later. These clues shouldn't be obvious, but they should give readers the feeling that something is coming. On the other hand, red herrings are there to mislead them just enough to keep them guessing. Both techniques work together to create a sense of unpredictability that is essential for a good thriller. Point of view is more than a technical choice. It's the lens through which readers experience tension, fear, and suspense. In thrillers, point of view can completely shape the emotional impact of the story. First-person point of view is like strapping a camera to the protagonist's mind. Every heartbeat, every fear, every doubt hits the reader directly. They only know what the protagonist knows, which makes the tension unbearable. Third-person limited point of view offers similar intimacy, but with more flexibility. It stays close to the character while allowing moments of a broader description and atmosphere. Third-person omniscient point of view provides a wide, all-knowing perspective, but if handled carelessly, it can weaken suspense by revealing too much too soon. Used strategically, however, it can keep readers intrigued while still holding back key information. To push suspense even further, there is the unreliable narrator. This character lies, misinterprets events, or is too flawed to see the truth, forcing readers to question everything. Think Fight Club or Gone Girl, where readers become detectives, piecing together reality from deception. This technique works best in first person, but can also be effective in a third person limited, as long as the narrative stays filtered through one character's perspective. The key is balance. An unreliable narrator shouldn't frustrate readers, but rather drop subtle hints that something is off, building toward that thrilling moment when the truth is revealed. Writing a gripping thriller means managing a lot of moving parts, complex characters, perfectly timed twists, and a pace that never lets up. This is where bibisco can make all the difference. With features like a mind map, you can visualize characters' relationships in detail, making it easier to plan betrayals, alliances, and hidden agendas. The timeline feature helps you control the pacing of your story, ensuring that tension builds step by step, and that every event lands at exactly the right moment. And when it comes to characters, bibisco's development tools encourage you to dig into your protagonist's fears and your antagonist's motives, because a shallow villain won't scare anyone, but a fully realized one can haunt your readers long after they have turned the last page. By keeping every element of your story organized in one place, bibisco frees you to focus on what truly matters, writing a thriller that grips your readers from start to finish. Okay, that's all for today, guys. We have learned that writing a thriller isn't about luck. It's about mastering suspense, creating characters with depth, and building plots that twist and turn until the very end. If you are ready to start, download bibisco today and bring your thriller to life. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy writing.